All right, welcome to another edition. It's kind of a special edition of the block. This is kind of our NBA draft preview show. I'm here with my man Darnell Kirkland Jr. How you doing, man?
I'm good as always. Getting ready to talk some basketball.
Oh
The
yeah,
finals
yeah.
are over.
This
The
is going.
Warriors
Yep, yep.
they won
So yeah,
again. Steph Curry,
yep.
he got his Finals MVP, and like he said, what can y'all say now? Let's get into it.
Yeah, obviously, the Warriors closed it out in six, and in some ways, that's kind of like the end of the season, right? To celebrate, you get the parade going, and you know, and then that's the beginning of the circus. This is one of the things that what's great about you is like you're also this great football guy as well. And for a long time, the NFL just owned the year, right? But over the past 5 years, the NBA is taking on owning year round, and the players have participated in it, or whether it's summer league or the draft, we're gonna try and hit with tonight. The NBA has become this year round conversation, and not just what the league is doing; it's the way in which the players are engaging. And so, obviously, the Warriors win the championship, and then as they say on TNT, we get Petty White came out. All the pettiness comes out. You get all the Twitter war going on between the Warriors and Memphis, who we haven't seen Memphis, since since the hearing started on January 6th date. It's kind of been a long time. Memphis was here, but it's been a couple weeks. And Memphis, and all of a sudden now Memphis is in there, and all come out of Klay Thompson saying, I remember when the tweet that goes back, he goes back at Jared Jackson. So you got this going. You got them celebrating. You got Draymond saying everything, so that energy's in the building. And then we got the fiasco that is happening in Brooklyn with the Nets. Kyrie, I mean, I just saw Kyrie done gave the Nets what 5 teams in which he wants to he'd be willing to do a signing trade. I mean, there's so many layers to that. So that is like the backdrop of all of this, which can all have an impact on how people are thinking about the draft. You got as a Nets team now, you got to think about, is Kyrie going to be here? What's going to happen with KD? What does this do for the draft? Like, there's all this stuff leading up, and then we got the draft. Whew, man, it's been a lot. And it like when did the last game get played? Like last Friday, Saturday, and we got all this drama. So I'm
Yeah,
loving it. I'm loving it,
the
man.
last Thursday, something like that.
Last Thursday, and it feels like we've had all kinds of NBA stuff in the news, since then. So the NBA season is live and well, and tonight, some young folks are gonna have their lives changed. Um, you know, a lot of it's coming down at the top in terms of Orlando. And I know y'all been going back and forth. I watched you in the text. Everybody's trying to figure out which direction Orlando will go. I'm down here in Orlando I talked to one of my good friends a little bit today about that. He's been here working for years, so he was around when he told me when Pat Williams drafted Weber, everybody went crazy. He was at the event, and then they came out with a Penny like cutout, and everybody started booing because nobody really understood what Penny Hardaway did. And that was when Williams famously said, "Your jeers will turn to cheers," and he said, "Yeah, he was right." So if you think about Orlando's history with number ones, they've been pretty good. Like their arrow goes up after their number one pick historically, but where would you, if you were just from your GM hat, if you're talking about Orlando, where would you go?
Well, for me in this draft, um, honestly, I would rather have the third pick because like all these because the top three guys there's a consensus top tier, right? And everybody in this top tier has some very high strengths, like very strong strengths, and some weaknesses that need to be taken care of. And I think for me picking the guy at number one is gonna all hinge itself on who do I believe what weakness do I believe is easier to fix and to, build upon. So you have Jabari Smith. He's a amazing shooter, 6'10", competitive fire, competitive drive. He's a two-way player, but his weakness is he's ball handling, right? We don't know how he's going to be able to create space and separate on the next level. Chet Holmgren, really talented guy. Very he's a super long wingspan, great anticipation on defense, can block shots, switch on defense. He can shoot the three. He got a mid range game. He's a three-level scorer. So, but his weakness is he's 7'2". He's like 190 pounds. Then you got Paolo Banchero. Paolo Banchero, he's a big with with really good handles. Actually, for a big man, it's really good handles. He can score, especially from the mid range. Mid range games is really solid. But at the next level, can he extend that range out to the 3-point line? And on defense, can you trust him to protect the rim as a five, or do I need to play him as a big man? And if you ask me, the ceiling of Chet Holmgren, I believe, is the highest ceiling that there is in this draft. And I believe that if you get Chet Holmgren from 195 to 225, you could possibly have a top five player in the NBA. And that's why I'm going with Chet Holmgren at number one if I'm the Orlando Magic. So if I'm the GM and I'm handing in that card, it's going to say Chet Holmgren on it.
Yeah, and I love the way you're thinking about that because for me, having a player now, Chet can do a lot of different things, but the one thing he's going to do is protect the rim. And
Right.
if you have, and when you're a young team trying to build, and they already got some talent there, they got some shooters, they got some guys who can play. But when you have someone who can just disrupt at least at one end, when you're building a young team and add some veterans in, that can be the difference of 10 games sometimes with a guy like that. Now he's not just gonna block one shot. This kind of kid will, even at 190 pounds, he gonna have games where he blocked 4 shots. And the way he can disrupt and he knows how to do it without fouling, but also he can space. So he's someone that you can get out because he can shoot. And like you said, you gotta get the weight up. One of the things was interesting. I was watching an interview with Tomlin. It's a great interview he did on the pivot, and it has just got me thinking. And I don't know if you've had a chance to watch it because I know you. It's something I would
Yeah,
definitely
I shared the interview to the
yeah
group chat.
with the group. And one of the things he said about when he did evaluation, which I think fits here, with someone like Paulo, one of the things that when you talk about the difficulty having on defense, if that were Tomlin, he would say that's not something issue I put on him. That's a coaching issue. Somebody has not demanded that he does that, right? And so do you think you have your ability to coach people up to demand that that's what they're going to do? And one of the things I love that he said, I think this is here, is that a lot of times people will identify deficiencies that are coaching things that can be corrected because they don't want to really coach. They want to finish product. And so that's one end on him. But I love what you said about Chet because I think Chet, out of all these folks, he does the one thing he can do from day one is disrupt. Like he naturally knows how to disrupt on that defensive end, and he has great instincts. He has a great IQ. Plus, he can space, so he can create advantages. So even as he's trying to gain weight, he still can create disadvantages in the way he plays right now. And from all accounts, he's feisty. So don't get fooled by the weight. People don't just push him around. He's not one of those cats where when KD came in, he was barely lifting. People were kind of pushing KD around. They don't just push him around. He's wiry, strong. He's competitive. He pushes it. So he would be I would, but going on it because you're right on that one. Like that is a great GM pick. I'm gonna tell you, like if the right GM with the right courage, to me, that is downright the right pick to make. Having said that, I like Jabari. The reason why I like him is in this game today, he can he's basically that wing guy and he's already demonstrated he gonna defend and he can score on both ends. Handles you can work on to get better. People they've advanced. I think he got the kind of drive to improve in that space, but he can give you work on both ends. Plus, you already got a great point guard. You got a great young point guard down there who sometimes can continue to set him up as he's getting his handles developed. right? So he's got other folks. He doesn't have to handle the ball the way Jalen Brown and some of these cats are doing. He's got good enough handles to work, but he don't always have to be the primary ball handler. Plus, he's got a great point guard down there while he's developing. But he defends. He's 6'10". He can get after it. So if I weren't going Chet, I would go him just because I think he's got a motor on both ends. He's put that energy in on both ends. So I love that. So if Orlando is definitely on the clock, they'll be making a pick here uh, in a few minutes. Um, Next, we got OKC. Now, Oklahoma City has built their organization through the draft. If there's anybody, Sam Presti, these cats have they built the first run through the draft. They have they got that Spurs DNA that's traveling on up there to Oklahoma City. Um, they got a lot of different pieces there at Oklahoma City. If you think about, so if Chet goes first, let's say you're right. Is that where you think Jabari is going next, or what do you think is that a place for Paulo?
That's interesting because really, I think Chet is the he's the optimum. Like he's the poster boy of players that OKC would
Yeah,
draft. But if I have to pivot, if I'm OKC and I have to pivot, I'll go Jabari Smith because him with the length, like they already have they got Darius Beasley, Shea Gildas Alexander. Adding him to that core just
yeah,
what they would be able to do defensively, I think that would be a
yeah,
great building block to that team, especially with Lou Dort in there on the perimeter. I think that can really set an identity for that team.
yeah. Alexander's, you got Giddy. Yeah, you got. I mean, they're putting together a young core to try to make another run. Um, when you look at that team, you look at kind of where they're at. They're going to be interesting because I mean they consistently you know they do well with their drafts, and so I'm just trying to get a good sense when I look at them. But they you know they do well. It's going to be interesting to see where they pivot. But I got a feeling you're right. I think they're probably going to go Jabari first, and Chet will probably end up. And that would be a nice lineup there if that does flip. But yeah, if they get Jabari, either way, I think you were talking about sitting at 3. I'm like sitting at 2 is actually not a bad place. Is a good to me that it's one of those things where it's kind of like a fantasy football draft. Sometimes sitting at that 2-3 spot, or that 4 spot, a good player is going to fall to you because you don't want to
Mhm.
do it. I feel like that 2 spot is going to be a nice little spot. When you think about a dark horse in the draft, you think about someone that no one's really paying attention to. When you're thinking through that, who comes to mind when you've been looking at some of these players that they've been looking at on the board?
So, in what range are you talking about? You're talking about top 5, top 15, top 20.
I would say top 20. Like get between let's say between 10 and 20. Those first 9 might be, but let's say between 10 and 20.
Between 10 and 20, um, everybody's talking about, Johnny Davis,
Yeah,
Shaden Sharp, so I'd say between 10 and 20, the guy nobody's really talking about um, is a guy I've been talking about for a while. I'm a little biased here, but Ochai Agbaji. I believe he's the best shooter in this draft. And if we're opening up to see who was the dark horse in the later part of the
yeah,
late first round, I'd say his teammate Christian Brown, because
mm,
Christian Brown is a super underrated athlete. He can jump out the gym. He's also a lights out shooter. He'll be a good role player on a contender. I can see that. And Ochai Agbaji, same idea. I think he can slot in and he can might be like a Desmond Bain type pick for a team this year. But also you got Walker Kessler in there. I mean, in that
yeah,
10 to 20 range. And that, he can really put a lid on the rim. He's a great rim protector. And he's played a little bit of basketball. He's not necessarily a one and done. So that's an interesting guy in there. You have one?
Yeah, this is interesting. I'm just gonna put this out. This is not my pick. I didn't realize he was in the draft. I just thought he was gonna go back to school.
Who, Walker
Caleb
Kessler?
Houston. Caleb Houston.
Oh,
What is he needs to go back to school.
yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
they said he had an outset summer with the FIBA World Cup, leading
Well,
Canada.
word on the street, what I heard was Oklahoma City. They said they like him and they might pick him in the second round or something like that.
Man, I'm that just threw me off a little bit. So sorry, I was just thinking you need to go back to Michigan, um, and make another run, uh, make another run there. Um, yeah, for me, the kid that's kind of interesting, and I had a chance to watch him because I was impressed with him earlier in the year. And I'm not a big, I always, me and Duke, but I like Wendell Moore Jr. I mean, I think he's an interesting cat because he's he can do a little bit of everything. And when I watch him, sometimes your game gets kind of you don't get to expand because you're playing on a team where you're being a good teammate, right? You're in that system. You're being a good teammate. I think he has more in his tank in his game. I think he's got a little bit. I like the way he's built. It took me a while. I remember watching him right at the beginning of the season. I don't know if it was one of the early season tournaments. I just love the way he played. I love how he plays in terms of he gets at it, his competitive nature. Um, but I think sometimes I can get when you're on a very talented team like they had, when you have the kind of guys they had, sometimes
Yeah,
you're
he
not able
blends
to
in a lot.
expect, huh?
I said he blends in a lot.
He blends in a lot, and I think he's the kind of guy I just feel like the pro game is going to amplify some areas that are going to play better in the pro game. That when I watched him play, he's the kind of guy. He actually the guy I went to and looked. I felt like he had this engine and this competitive way in which he was playing that I loved, but he wasn't getting the same type of pub. But I kind of like him, and sometimes, like you said, I think he blends in because he can do so much. So I think he's one of those glue guys. But I think it's going to get amplified in the pros. I think somebody getting him at the right spot could get somebody who could help out right away. He's very you can tell he's a professional. He's a young guy who's going to come ready, and people are going to be surprised with the kind of minutes he's getting as a rookie. So that's a guy normally I don't you've been with me long enough. I trip on some Duke guys every once in a while. Coach K's kind of slid and got less camp kids, got some cats with a little bit more oomph in them, and he's one of those guys that I like.
And the Duke guy I've been talking about for the pretty much the whole year is Mark Williams. I've been
Yeah,
I've been
yeah,
beating the jump for Mark Williams, so I couldn't put him in the dark horse conversation. But yeah, that's a guy I've been looking at. Center 7'2", really long wingspan. I think it's like a 7'7", 7'8" wingspan. He absolutely puts a lid on the basket. He showed a little bit of a mid range game too. So like that might be a little bit of potential there for an offensive game. But he's a guy that if you're a team like Charlotte that needs a big, um, I thought like if Detroit were to trade Grant for a pick for a mid first round pick this year, that's the guy they should look at. But hey, they traded Grant away for a 2025 pick, but we'll talk about that a little later. But
yeah. That we knew that. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about the pick happening, and so you had a sense like that trade was going to happen. Um, for them to clear the way and get something. I felt like, and I'm still trying to look at the deal. I felt like they would have got a little bit more for this year, but they don't swap this year, right? They all the energy is coming in the next year, right? Of the trade in
I
terms of
think so.
huh?
It said the swap was we get 36 and they get 46 or
So the
something like
swap
that.
is really in the
This year.
second round. I was hoping that they would get
Yeah,
something
the
that would
second
allow
round.
them to take advantage of a first round pick here, even though I think
Mhm.
that's still going to be a good pick. Um, but they get the first round in the was it 2025 or is it 2023
Yeah,
or
2025.
yeah. So I mean they are investing in the future um, on that. And, it still gets something. I mean you get a lot of good. You got a lot of talent coming in that 26 pick because you're talking about that's at the top of the first round, second round.
Yeah,
You could have
36.
you could. What do you think about someone like a Walker Kessler? Who was like I always say like the if there's a poor man uh, version of Chet Holmgren, you know, Walker feels like that person who does a lot of that as well. You know, at Auburn, he's had a couple of multi-block games, had a presence there. You know, they're projecting he'll go a little lower first round. You know, he's someone who might drop a little bit, but you know, he's
Yeah,
at
I mentioned him when we talked about our dark horse thing.
yeah,
I mentioned him, but yeah, I think he'll be gone before 36. But that's a guy that'll be interesting if he does fall. But I think at 36, you're looking at the David Roddy range, Christian Koloko, Bryce McGowan, Jaden Hardy, that kind of range. And maybe your boy Patrick Baldwin, if he's still there from Milwaukee.
yeah,
But I think that's the range you're looking at.
yeah. You're right in this one. Trying to yeah, man, all the young cats are leaving. Diabate leaving from Michigan.
Yeah.
My goodness, that's a steal right there. Young cat who's active. Um, wow. I'm just looking down some of these lists here. Um, man, it's funny how Johnny Juzang, like they got him falling so far, and I love his game. I was trying to find him as someone I know is going to be a good pro, but this last year, he came off a hot year the year before, right, and then decided to come back
Yeah.
to UCLA. Um, but I think this kid's got some game, and at least in these projections where they got them ranked is way low. Um, and when I'm looking at some of these guys, you got Scottie Pippen Jr. Here's lower. You know, this is a deep. This got you got some guys from the free agency side who, if they don't get drafted, they get picked with some right teams. They could help some folks out.
Right.
Yeah. They got all the guys that are coming out right now trying to get ready. The draft is about to get cooking. So, uh, you know, who do you trust? Which team do you trust to make the right? We got our can't trust it list. Are there teams you just don't trust to make the right pick?
You already know who it is.
Who can't you?
Sacramento. The Sacramento Kings.
Yes. I don't know what they're
Yeah.
doing. What are they doing?
I don't know. They talking about they might pick Jaden Ivey, and I'm like, they gonna pick another guard again. They just traded Tyrese, not Tyrese, yeah, Tyrese Halliburton away. They gonna trade. They gonna get another guard in there.
Yeah. And
But,
this is the thing that really throws me off because when you're picky, I'm trying to what I love about Memphis, and this is gonna make my point. You know their identity. Like that's a young team, but they remixed that whole grindhouse thing with scoring. But they have an identity. You know where they're going. You know the kind of players they're gonna get. I look over at Sacramento. I can't tell you what they're doing. I can't tell you what the identity, what they're trying to do. Can't tell you. Nothing about them tells me what direction they're going in. Right? The Pistons, you can get a sense of where they're going, even though they didn't have the best record. They're competitive against winning teams. The record they had, what they were trying to do, you start seeing them going in a direction, and you can begin to see some of the moves they are to try to get to them. Sacramento, I just don't know what they are. They haven't had an identity since C. Webb. Like when they were playing, you knew what that team was about, and you knew what kind of players they're going to be looking for. I don't know who Sacramento is, so you're right. I don't trust teams um, that I don't know who they are. But then we also got teams who are switching over. So, like this time last year, it was all about Phoenix Suns. Everybody's talking about the trajectory up. Now we're hearing, maybe Aiton's gonna move on. Things are happening. And so there's a lot of changes in terms of some of these organizations. And so, a lot of shifts happening. You got Utah going down. So a team like Sacramento, has to see a window, right? To say, hey, in 2 years we can be something. But we'll find out with this pick. if they do what I call the Detroit football kind of thing, get one more receiver, is what you're trying to tell them. They're about to drop another receiver in the first round. They don't need one. They clearly need a left guard, and they're about to get them another receiver, another player, and they're just gonna be out there with a whole bunch of cats who look alike. When they got a little bit of window, because they got some people going through stuff, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I'm trying to think about another team I don't trust. I don't know. Basketball teams have been pretty good, lately. There's not too many I don't trust like I used to. There used to be a whole list. Um, Minnesota is doing something up there, and so um, I don't know if I can say anything about Philadelphia because I knew what they're going to do. They got the deal closing with they about to re-sign our man Harden with something going on. So we'll see what they're going
Do
to do
you
over
trust
there.
the Knicks?
Huh?
Do you trust the Knicks?
Actually, I do. I trust Worldwide West and them. I think they got their problem right now is the point they got to. They don't have the star that can take them to the next level. Um, I think the only thing I don't trust about the Knicks, I don't know if it's not about not trusting how they're going to select players. It's the process that they use to develop. I just think, I feel like Thibodeau. I think Thibodeau grinds on people in this day and age, and he's very veteran oriented. So look at when they made the trade and brought my guy up from Atlanta.
And he never played.
He never
They
played
never
them.
played.
So to me, it's not. I don't. I probably trust the front office. I don't trust the connection between the front office and the bench. That this day and age, where you have coaches like Thibodeau who want to grind and make cats unnecessarily jump through hoops. That's the part that what I loved about what um, what's my guy for Golden State, my youngin said about Steve Kerr. Uh, my man
A
from Michigan.
player?
Yeah, from Michigan. What's my star,
Oh,
my young
Jordan
star?
Poole. Jordan
Huh?
Poole.
Jordan.
Jordan Poole.
Yeah, and one. And one. What I call him? Hot
We
sauce.
called him hot sauce, but
I call
hot sauce was cooking him in
he
game
was cooking,
6.
wasn't he? He was cooking. So, but what I appreciate about when he talked about the experience is George said something like, what he loved about Coach Kerr is that he didn't create basically any unnecessary barriers. He was from day one trying to support me in becoming a better player. He wasn't trying to just grind me for no look. It was really all it was intentional. And I think the problem that they got with the Knicks is that they do some of that unnecessary stuff. So that's my thing. I trust the front office. I don't know if there's a good communication between the front office and how they deliver it on the court. Based on the trade, they needed help. In he was trying to send messages at a time when they needed some messages. They need to win games. So that's my biggest thing with the Knicks. So they're about to make the first pick.
Let me see. Yeah, Adam Silver's up there.
Uh-oh. Silver up there looking clean. Clean the boy to help up there. What you doing up there? Adam, clean up. He got to put on that Sunday suit right now. There you go. It's time, trying to thank everybody. 75th anniversary. Trying to give everybody that love. I don't want to get in trouble. We get to wait delayed. The Warrior fans is in the building. See, they're going to make me start hating them. He just throwing all kind of love to the Warriors, huh? My goodness. Clay was picked 7, Steph was picked 11, Draymond was picked 30. You always like to say Draymond's picked 35th. Yeah, saying that you can come from wherever you're going to come, right? Trying to send a message to everybody. You can assemble a team the way you're going to assemble a team. Okay, go ahead. Well, these young boys come in drip though, aren't they? They come in here like they've been to Jake the Jeweler. They've been out there trying to get that rings. You know, shoot, they better get some CDs and not them gold chains. They better go shop at Aldi. They better stay away from Trader Joe's. Put that money up. That's about part of it. We were having a great conversation about it. They better go to Aldi, put that money together, put that money in that shoebox. Shoot. All right. You think it's gonna be this man right here? Like they all
Look at
cool. They
Mark
all got the
Williams.
same stuff. Is the league giving them that? They all got the same stuff. See, I like Jabari. He look like he ready to go. See, he like a CEO. He ain't putting none of that on.
Look at Mark Williams. He look like a G. No.
Yeah, I like Jabari. Jabari look like he about to go and meet with Coca-Cola. You got to be the face of the franchise right now, young man. I'm with you. I like you. Ari LeClean.
No,
So you might be ahead of me on
Mark
this.
Williams like he about to meet with Big Meech. In Southwest T.
C Webb, and then they traded him.
Yeah.
Boy, Ted said, "Well, they booed him when they did that. They brought that pretty little cutout up there. Your jeers were turned to cheers."
And Dwight Howard.
And they got Dwight Howard. Oh, Shaq is mad. They put the Superman cape on there. You know Shaq is mad watching this. Like, how dare you? Oh, they put the Superman in the building. Here goes Orlando. Ooh. We got 4 minutes to Dougie Fresh is on. On. Here we go. But Woj up here messing it up for everybody, spoiling.
Oh yeah, he probably on Twitter right now telling you who got drafted.
I know. It's like he got machines. He don't pay. He got people in the front office calling him. You know, he done built this whole network of folks. You know. Ooh, you got. I'm trying to feel what you got going, Paulo. You got some stuff going on at your suit. You got the purple rain going on out there. Yeah, you better go with Chet. I think you might be right. You got to go with the alien, the one that you just don't. Nobody can account for. Pick is in. To see if my man Darnell is right.
Dyson Daniels.
Ooh. 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 Billis was 108th pick back in the day. He was picked on the 4th day.
He said 108.
He was
Yeah,
picked.
they had that many rounds back then.
Yeah, he was picked very late in the draft. At that point, he knew he was going to law school. He was like, "I'm gonna get paid more going to law school. Let me go to law school. I can't be messing around that. Protect my knees and my feet."
Yeah. You're about to walk the pick up, I think.
It's setting up right now so the person can come up. I see the camera at the top of the step. Oh, they got somebody. They're clicking on someone. Somebody knows something. With the first pick.
Shoot. Paolo Banchero.
Nipsey Hussle. I don't know what they're gonna
Said
come with. They go Apollo. Oh my
Paolo
goodness.
Banchero.
What did they know?
Yeah.
Neither one of us picked that up.
Well, yeah, no, neither one of us picked that one up.
Uh,
Shoot, my
well, they must have been watching the Tomlin video. The things he can't. We believe we can coach that up. You know what I'm saying? They go Mama. Mama said,
they
you
need
better start
somebody that
playing
can score.
defense. Mama was a baller herself. She's like, you better, you got the younger brother like you next.
But
Um,
we should have knew because he was over there sitting next to Mike Miller. So
yeah, you know how that go. Yeah,
yeah.
ooh, he'll be
And
here. He'll be in Orlando. I'm going to go over and check him out with the press conference with my mask on, of course, because we in the state of
yeah.
Florida.
What
Well,
kind
I
of
don't know
suit
what's
he
up in
got
that
on?
suit though. You gonna look at that suit 10 years from now, like what was I thinking? That's what you're gonna say, but you got some cleanness. Yeah, he can ball though. I'm not gonna get mad at him. He's 6'10". He a grown man already. They said we just want to make this happen. We got some other people.
Yeah, I went away from him because
Yeah,
I said it. When we had what's his name? We had Mo and them
yeah, yeah, yeah.
on the podcast. I said I'll pick Paulo. And,
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, he
but
got that motor got to be there on the other end, but that's a coaching thing. So that's not him. He said he want to be there. They try to show him against
yeah,
Chet. Oh, he bully balled Chet.
yeah,
That
but
might
this
have
is
Chet.
one
That
of
might launch you to number one right there.
those.
That
This
might
one
launch.
of those drafts where you flip flop. You flip flop every couple weeks. Oh man, I
Yeah,
think Paulo number one. Man, I think Chet number one. I think Jabari number one.
I think they're gonna be mad about Jabari. Whoever you know where he going. He going. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting because you're right. You know, a place like if I'm OKC, I'm taking Holmgren because he's gonna be okay in the state of Oklahoma. It's gonna be one of them things. He'll be okay. I might have to come with it. Oh, they're trying to compare him to. I
Michael
don't know if that's
Beasley.
Ben Simmons. I don't know if he's a Ben
No,
Simmons.
the fun fact I told my friend Let a couple weeks ago. He asked me who's Paulo remind me of, and I said Michael, the right-handed Michael Beasley. So I guess ESPN agrees with me. I'm about to text him right now.
Wow, he with Mama though.
he does.
They
He
doing
does.
well.
He does kind of remind you of Michael Beasley, though.
He
He got the
does.
mid-range game. He's a bucket. You don't know if he's necessarily going to be a rim protector on the other end, but he can rebound a little bit. You know, he can handle the ball for a big.
And he got a good head on his shoulders. Got good foundation. I like what I hear him talk. I got to come around to him. I got to come around. You know me, I was late on him because watching that game against Carolina when they played, they had to win that one for Coach K. I want to see him. They go Coach K right there jumping in on it. Look at Coach K. Oh, Mama's so happy to look at that. Woo, man. Look at Mama crying. You know what I'm saying? When they say something good about your son, look at Mama, boy. He gonna do the right thing because all you gotta do is call Mama. See, when you got a Mama who hoops, Coach had problems, just call Mama. Mm-mm. Wow, to go from your boy Crawford happy. Seattle on the map. Crawford up there happy.
Yep.
Crawford, that's one of his youngins right there. Crawford tweeting. That's his youngin right there. That's his youngin. He just probably told him like, all that drip, man. You should have kept it simple, but you young. You young. Yeah, you see, you have Mike Miller up in
Yeah.
there the business. You right?
I told you, Mike Miller. That should have tipped it off. Elton Brand, Kyrie Irving, Zion,
Zion
and now
still question mark. Put a question mark and Kyrie. Well, them two right there, boy. You know, great players. We got to get in their head. What's happening from the neck up? Oh, now this cat right here is about to put people in the blood. You can already see it. I should have been number one. You already seen his face. Everybody paying the price. You know, he get texts. He's like, Jabari already like, y'all don't messed up. You know you don't messed up. Every time I play Orlando, I'm giving y'all 50. Chet, like, I'm blocking 17 shots. I'm telling you right now, that's the look right there. Chet feel disrespected. That's what I like about after watching him against your boy from your high school. And you sent me that video, and the way he went up against your boy after he went on Sports Illustrated, had the Sports Illustrated cover, that told me about him. You're like, you come in my gym, I'm gonna give you nothing but buckets. You can see right now the look on his face is saying everybody gonna pay the price, and I'm going to get this weight on me. I'm about to go get me a double cheeseburger, and I'm about to go do something with this. Here we go. But you know they're gonna make the right selection. So this is gonna tell you everything you need to know.
He in the lab.
I trust everything they do when it comes to them drafting. Okay, City. There it is. You can already see MVP.
It's the perfect match. It's the perfect matchup.
Perfect matchup. Perfect alignment. He gonna be like that Giannis. Look at that.
Yeah.
We're gonna show him 5 5 years from now. They're gonna show this. He gonna he gonna be all filled out. You know, they're gonna get that Oklahoma barbecue. They're gonna get right. Now, who's that with the hat on? See, that's why I know he's good. Whoever hugging him with that hat on is somebody. See, it tells me he knows somebody. Because that brother with that hat on.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know. That's your network. Something's up in there. Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah, y'all don't mess up.
He got to be taller than 7 foot.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't no 7 foot.
He said, look at it. I'm giving you all of these. In this too.
I seen him stand next to Dirt.
Yeah.
And he taller than Dirt.
I'm gonna give you the buckets off the dribble. I'm pulling up. Man, even with these highlights, Orlando over there like, we done messed up.
I'm telling you, he's versatile.
I'm telling you, you can't. That
score
is
everywhere.
When you're a team like Oklahoma City, this is what you need. He said, "Yeah, you showed some buckets he got on me, but I just let him know, I clean glass, and I dunk on you." Boop, boop. I'll tell you right now, man. After I saw him play against your boy, I said, "Who is this?" He wasn't giving nothing. He was. They done messed up, man. Did you see the look at his face when he didn't get picked? Both of them looked like they got disrespected. I love that about them too. They didn't look disappointed. They looked like both he and Jabari looked like that was straight disrespect. And Paulo's a great player, but they had that look like this is. Don't compare him to him. Your boy Porzingis ain't got that kind of heart. Your boy played with some heart. Nah, come on, you can't compare that. You probably can, only in style of game, but you can't compare that in terms of dog meter.
Giannis.
Yeah, I'll get that. That's a dog meter. Ooh. Yeah, he like, okay, y'all done messed up. I feel disrespected. How can you feel disrespected at number 2? But they both of them had that look. I love that look on their face. Look at disrespected. He feel disrespected.
Like, really?
He gonna be rookie of the year. I'm about to go put in here, put my bet on this can right here. This might be a Jordan moment. You picked him at 3. Who picked before him? I'm telling you, dog. He is looking like you couldn't have told Jabari he wasn't gonna be number 1. That kid right there. I might go put the early put on him as rookie of the year. Jabari. I put
Jabari in Houston is an interesting fit too with him and Jalen Green.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. But them two, they might. They might be controlling the wing in Houston. Just stay away from the clubs that Harden been in. Just don't get into that Harden life. Just go down there and go to your boy's church. You got your boy got his church down there. You gotta. They got some players there putting him in there. He played both ways. Got that defense. He'll fit with the coach. Yeah, he'll be a great pick for them. I think they probably can't believe he's fallen this far. They should be. I'd be running. If I'm Houston, I'm running. I'm running to the stand. I'm running past the stand and just delivering the hat right to him.
What if they draft Shady Sharp here? What would you say?
Oh my goodness! I'm like, if they do that, the owner gonna fire whoever's in it. You all you gonna hear is you know how that owner is. The front office
Man,
just got
Sacramento,
fired 5 minutes later.
Sacramento will rejoice.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Mm, mm, mm. I mean, all three of these players are great players, but the way he got the call,
Yeah, he on
he
the
ain't even
phone
happy.
now. So
He about to smile. He ready to go. He got the call. You going to Houston, young man? Call Beyonce. That's why Beyonce on the phone. You coming to Houston? That might be Paul
Beyonce.
Wall. That might be Paul Wall on the phone
Well,
right now. You coming to Houston? I got you, and I got you some grills if you need them. I know I do grills. You know,
man, that's
and
most,
we got that paint too. We got that candy paint for your car. Yeah, yeah. We
So
gonna
what do you think? What do you think Sacramento does here at 4? Assuming Jabari Smith just got selected.
Sacramento drafts Uwe Blah. He ain't even in the dang. I don't know what
Who
Sacramento. Who is running the front office in Sacramento? Is it
Vivek
Dubas?
Ranadive, right?
Huh?
Isn't it still Vivek Ranadive?
Who?
Vivek Ranadive.
Whoever it is, I just don't know, man.
Usman Jane. That's what they're thinking.
I mean, I would take Keegan Murray.
Yeah, I would. I
They need
probably would too.
somebody. They need somebody who gives you an identity. That this is a highly competitive kid who plays both ends, who gives you everything. They need that. They got the stuff on the outside. They need that guy who can do it. I go Keegan Murray if I'm Sacramento.
Yep, Jabari Smith pick his in.
All right, he ain't even smiling. That's what I love about it. All he's
Yep.
saying is y'all looking at the rookie of the year. That's okay. That's okay. Eat up. Eat up. Give everybody a hug. Look, give everybody a hug. Yeah, do what you do. You know, what's up, Pops? We're gonna do this. You know,
Yep.
yeah. Look, he all business, man. I don't understand it, man.
No, it's the
He all he
It,
all
it seems
business.
like the second generation NBA players are usually like that.
Yeah,
They have an understanding of what comes with it, and
yeah,
they've been prepped for it. It seems
yeah.
like him,
I
Clay
just love
Thompson,
him. I
Steph
just
Curry,
yeah,
Gary Payton Jr.,
yeah,
Jaron Jackson Jr. You know,
yeah. They've been prepped for it, right, man?
yeah,
Look how he dressed. He dressed like stocks and
like he work at the
bonds. He
like he
dressed
work
like
at the bank. Yeah,
yeah. I'm trying to go get. I'm trying to do this LeBron thing right now. Trying to go get. Trying to make sure my dividends are working for me. Yeah, I just look at it. All it. Look at the. I'm gonna get on you. I'm defending you. I'm like, how can you watch all this stuff and say this? I don't want this. Uh, Competitive juices. Look at I'm giving you. He on the inside of his coat. He had a picture. One of the pictures of him was he said, "This is where I was doing something to Kentucky." You know, he's competitive juices, man. Look at this. Come on, man.
look a
That's
little bit like
dog meter.
Kawhi, huh?
This is what I talk about qualitative stuff. This stuff I love about Tom. This is that stuff. That qualitative stuff. That
Sharif
dog.
Abdul Rahim. That's an interesting one.
Oh, he was
Yeah,
bad himself. People don't give him enough love. Oh, he was. Oh, he used to give everybody everything. You know, he's like your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. He's like your favorite player's favorite player. That was him. Oh, they gave him a little KD. Like when
that's
they
a
show his
nasty
highlights, they
thing.
show a couple of different dogs, and his handles look like
Yeah.
they okay. I don't know, man. He
Sharif,
looked
I used to
like
play with Sharif Abdul Rahim on NBA Street. Free volume, free volume one.
He he he
That's
he
it.
had that look like, how dare y'all disrespect me? I'm all for that. I wish the Pistons was picking him. He had a look like, I am now setting my. Oh, yeah. Well, they got the new head coach. Hopefully, he brings
Oh,
something to the table.
Sacramento ticket's already in. They
Oh
sprinted the
yeah.
ticket up, so that makes me
Oh yeah.
nervous.
He going. He probably. I would get Keegan, but I can't. I couldn't blame him if they got Ivy.
Man, if they get Ivy, man,
I mean, they
they
moving
don't
somebody.
deserve him. They don't. They
But
don't
I
deserve.
think they gonna get. I think they gonna get Keegan because
They got all them
he gonna be
guard.
there. He gonna be their Draymond with better offense.
They about to they about to put they about to put Davion Mitchell on the bench if they take Ivy.
Yeah. But
Shit.
they gonna stretch defense over there. So Davion probably gonna find himself back in the lineup. It depends on how he wants to build out the depth of that team. But if I'm looking at this, I'm going with Keegan. If I say I
If
got
I'm
to
the
get
Nuggets,
somebody, I got to get somebody who establishes our identity. This is a kid. If you watch everything he is, he's all about that. And I think for Golden State, things changed when they got Draymond. Because Draymond, what Mark Jackson understood and the way he evolved him early on was allowed him to help establish that identity. And you need somebody. I think Keegan brings that lunch pail. He got left from right around the rim. He can hit that J if you need him. He
the
can.
pick is in.
He committed to defense. So we'll see.
Oh man.
Here we go. We the same old
Um,
Kings.
Keegan Murray. Oh, thank you,
Told you ahead
Jesus.
of me on this one. You ahead of me on it. I told you.
Thank you, Jesus.
You got to give me some love up in these streets. I know if I'm in the room, I'm like, we need an identity. Look at the ad tick with the sisters and everything else, all the love. Yeah, we got this. Yeah, and he probably
Man,
felt disrespected. Like, I should have been number one. That's the kind of attitude he got. And nobody even
nah,
talked
he
about him
not.
number one.
He
Nobody
not
talk.
like that. He humble. He probably like, you know
Yeah, he
what? I
humble.
take whatever
Consensus
comes.
first team All
I'm
American.
glad to be in the league.
I'm just glad to be here. I'm bringing my lunch pail. I'm going to
Yeah.
give y'all the business day in and day out. You know, that's that's what we're trying to bring. This right here was a statement. This is the beginning of our identity. Remember I said Sacramento identity? You got Davion Mitchell and you got him. Now this is the team that's going to defend. And their new head coach was the defensive coordinator basically for Golden State. So we're gonna start with
Yeah.
defense, and we're gonna be able to score. I think I caught every once in a while I get one right, man. Just you get more of these right than I do, but every once in a while I get one right. I feel like I just felt like yeah, he was just the right fit. When you try, like I said, you got to try to establish your identity, and he's an identity player. He just gives you nothing but just take all of these. Just take, and I'm defending you. Oh, you want to go up? I'm blocking all this, and I'm gonna keep it in bounds. I'm gonna keep going the other way. He giving it to you on both ends. I ain't gotta stress that. You already come with it. You already come with it. He ain't afraid of the big moment. He's a game winner. He don't hit game winners. Expression don't even change when he hit the
Pascal
game winner.
Siakam.
Huh?
That's an interesting.
Yeah.
It said NBA comparison. Pascal Siakam.
With more dog.
I
I
don't
would say
know.
with more dog. Pascal got it, and sometimes he demonstrated, but this cat's dog meter is always on. I would say he's Siakam. All right, so we're back. Um, Switching a little bit here. You're going back in. We got the Pistons coming up here
It's
in
the
the
moment
second
of
part of
truth.
this. Huh? There we go.
It's the
Woo.
moment of truth.
Moment
Man,
of truth. I think it's gonna be Ivy. What do you think?
I hope it's Ivy. Man, I said back before the draft lottery, I was saying that even if we had the first pick, I would still want them to pick Ivy. And my opinion on that has kind of changed a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm still happy with Ivy. You know what I'm saying? If
You think it's gonna be Sharp? They talking about Sharp?
No, I hope
I
it's
don't
Ivy.
think that. I think it's Ivy. It's got to be
If
Ivy.
it's Sharp, I mean it is what it is. You got to trust Troy Weaver, but um, um, I got my fingers crossed, and it's Jaden Ivy. The pick is in.
Yes,
Bro, he's
yes.
crying. He's crying. He got
Oh,
the
I love
buffs
it, baby.
on.
Welcome to Detroit.
Oh
Big
man,
deal
he got
about
the
the
buffs
good.
on.
This one is one I
Oh,
just gotta, out of all the picks, I gotta just
ooh.
show the love. I gotta show the
He's
love.
the
I gotta
emotion
show
is
the
pouring
love.
out. You could tell he wanted to be in Detroit.
And we wanted
And
you, but I want somebody who
yeah,
wants to be there. That's what we're talking about. Hey Mason, get the mic ready, baby. The introduction's
man.
about to go next level. We about to get back to that
Shoot.
Detroit basketball. This
Oh
time,
my goodness.
ooh, I feel like I gotta go get my fresh shirt. This is one time I'm
Look
gonna
at
get
the
personal
suit.
in this podcast. I feel
Look
like
at the suit. He got the black velvet suit on.
oh
Okay.
yeah, he coming in like Detroit. So look at that. Mama like I got you too. Mama's like I got you. It come, Notre Dame head coach, right? Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, that's right. Give him a call, Zeke. Welcome to Detroit,
Man.
baby. We love you. Oh, look at this.
Oh man. Oh
Ooh wee. Oh, it's all good, boy. And he
yeah.
got $1 million smile too. Oh yeah, welcome to the city, baby. Oh, I'm about to go. We got to get our credentials right, youngin. We got to get down here.
Yeah.
We got to get the credentials right. We got to show up.
Man.
We got to be up in there, maybe for opening night. We might have to make that an RSG live event. Get over to
That's
Detroit.
the next dynamic backcourt.
Oh yeah, boy. Ooh, they jumping in the streets in Detroit too, boy. Ooh, the barbershops are cooking in 313. Ooh, wee. I know Jalen Rose is like, we back. Oh my, look at that. That's what we're talking about. Them highlights are for real.
Yeah, he,
Oh yeah, we
yeah.
we ready. We
One word is
ready.
explosive.
Huh?
One word to describe his game is explosive.
Explosive. Man, and he got that dog in him too. That'll fit with the
Oh, yeah.
D. Ooh, he gonna go right up that chimney. He gonna take that smoke on along with him.
Yeah. I wonder what we're
Ooh.
gonna do at three. Are we gonna see Killian Hayes going to the bench, or what are we gonna do?
Mm.
Because in the new NBA, you might be able to play all three of them,
Yeah.
but and
Ooh.
go small, or you could just go
He
K.
talked about the importance of having
Ivy.
dog in you. He
We got
verbalized.
K. Ivy. You could go Sadiq Bey, Bagley, and Stewart, or you could go, or if we get Aiton, you go Bagley and Aiton.
Ooh.
I'm
Wee. Ooh.
saying now the Pistons gonna make the play in. We gonna be in the play in this year.
Oh, we gonna be in the play, and I'm about to go get my stuff. I got my shirt. I'm gonna add a couple more shirts to the collection. They going back, baby. Woo! I said the NBA feel right when the Pistons are relevant. Woo! And now you got Indiana's got an interesting opportunity. They got a lot of different things happening over there in Indiana. Um, you know, they yeah, yeah.
Whew.
They got some picks here.
Yep. Who do you think the Pacers go with?
Mm.
Did Shaden Sharp come off the board here? Is it Benedict Mathurin? AJ Griffin? Who do you think? Dyson Daniels, do you come off here?
Hmm. Wow. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where they at in terms of their backcourt. Good
The
picking.
backcourt is Halliburton and Buddy Hield. I thought.
Yeah, so I'm thinking they need a wing.
Yeah,
You got some bigs.
Benedict Mathurin.
That's what I was about to say. That he
Yeah,
got dog in him. And it's that Canadian piece. You know, he's from
yeah.
Montreal. Wee wee.
And then
You know.
he got, and he's dripped out too. Look at his
But I
draft
like
day
his
suit.
drip. His
Okay,
drip feel like it's all connected, right? I ain't against drip. Some of that stuff is just over. His drip seems like it's blending in a little bit,
no,
right?
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't feel like it. It feel
Mhm.
like it's complementing what he's wearing, right? You would even
Right,
know it if you were, you know what I'm saying? Some of them cats drip. I can't even tell what they're wearing because my eyes go right to the drip. Versus this look like it's a coordinated effort. Look, and he got the thing on the lapel. You know, it's all coordinated. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Yeah, you ready? You ready? You Hollywood ready? Way to come to Indiana, man. Oh yeah,
right.
yeah. And I like his game.
They're down.
Yeah, yeah. I like his game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ready made. He
Who
ready
does his game
made.
remind you of?
Uh, he reminded me of. I don't know why I'm just drawing a blank. He just left Indiana to go uh, to to Miami. My
Of Oladipo?
he got an Oladipo in his game. I don't know if he can
Victor
sing.
Oladipo.
I don't know if he can sing, but he got that. But he got that. He got that. You
He got a
know,
little bit of
polished.
that, yeah.
He got that polished Oladipo in his game. And I think that's what they saw. But you know, Oladipo was injured, but I think he brings that. Um, you know, maybe probably has a little bit more size to it. But I
Yeah,
see his game and his flair and his competitiveness. OG's probably a good. I think he got better handles
yeah.
than OG.
You know, he kind of reminded me of, and I know he's not the best player in the world, but he kind of reminded me a little bit of Ben McLemore
Oh yeah,
coming out, coming out of Kansas. The athleticism, he can shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? That he has good size
but
on him.
I think he's a little bit
And
more physical player.
yeah,
He ain't
I think that
afraid to.
separates him. I think that's going to separate him because
Yeah,
McLemore, he didn't necessarily. I mean, I think he got drafted around the
yeah,
same range, but he didn't necessarily pan out as we would have expected him to. But yeah, the physicality might
yeah.
put him over the top.
Is this what the Canadian team, national team?
Might be.
I don't know.
Yeah, we got Portland on the clock. I
Oh,
think.
Portland's in good shape right now. You got
Yeah,
the Grant.
I think this is a good AJ Griffin spot to me. I
Yeah,
think.
I mean Portland's in great shape. You know they got Grant coming in, um, and then they didn't have to give up this pick to make it all happen. I
Yeah,
mean they're in great shape right here with all the talent that's left. You know this we'll see what Chauncey's placing the emphasis on. Plus you got Dame Dollar coming back into to the fold. Um, yeah, yeah. Ooh, this draft the way it's coming off. You know, we'll go through the lottery through the first set of picks here today. Um,
yeah, okay.
it's all been all good. You know, the surprise because the team that was on the can't trust it list was Sacramento, and they made what we think as a it felt like an adult pick, like they had
Yeah.
some adults in the room for that pick.
Do you think? Do you think Jalen Duren is an option here at 7? Do you think we might hear his name be called?
Mm.
I think that's interesting because they did pick up Jeremy Grant and they still have Josh Hart in the roster, Anthony Simons, so they might go big here.
What about your boy Mark? Was that what you said?
Mark Williams, another guy.
I would say, I mean, someone like that, and that would fit Chauncey. You know, seeing what some of these other teams have been able to do. If you think about what Boston's been able to do defensively, you know, with their big Williams, you know, you have somebody who can just cover and help with that pick and roll defensively. Sometimes Dame is a committed defender, but he's not. all the way there, right? And so, I know Chauncey you got to be able to stop people. I know, that he's gonna put emphasis on that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is also a young man that's growing offensively, working on his game offensively. Um, you know, got that in the gym. I think he'd just be another guy, set the tone in the
But
locker
yeah,
room.
But then Jalen Duren, he has that tenacity. He has that mean streak to him.
Yeah,
He kind of reminds me of one of the Charlo brothers.
yeah, yeah. That would fit a Chauncey right there. That feel very bad boyish.
Mm.
Or piston like. Yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna fight you on that one. But he gonna. Well, this pick, it's gonna be a pick where he's trying to establish a culture here
Right.
with this pick. Um, but yeah, I mean, for them to be able to make that move and not give up the seventh pick, or have to, that's a big time win for them. And yeah, this is where you're going, and this is an important pick for your relationship with Dane. How you
Right,
building the
right.
squad. I mean, already getting Grant, but then this pick right here is going to send an important message to Dane Lillard about the future and your ability to construct a team.
Take it in. Oh shoot, they did it. They did it. I'll let you see it for yourself. I'll let you see it for yourself.
A little delayed here, but that's okay. There we go.
They picked Nick
Oh,
Young,
they went
Swaggy
young.
P.
They,
Nah, Shaden
they
Sharp
went.
is an interesting. He's an
You said
interesting talent.
Swaggy P.
I think he has a range. Like I think he could either be Swaggy P or Vince Carter. Like it's like that's like the floor and the ceiling of his game. Like he's extreme athlete. He doesn't really do anything at the combine, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see he can he's in that mid 40s vertical range. What I'm saying, he can shoot the ball too, or at least he could in high school. But that's the thing about the level of competition. You can't
Yeah.
really judge. From high school to college is a jump as far as the 3 point line, and then from college to the NBA is a whole new jump. Because I could tell you myself,
Mm.
shoot, I was hooping up at the high school a few weeks ago. I was pulling from the parking lot. It seemed like, but but then
Oh my goodness.
you play two ball with the NBA 3 point line, and it's a whole different ball game. You got to put more legs into it. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm not no NBA prospect, but I was just you know, putting that firsthand experience to use in this in this
I've been known.
comparison.
I've been home back in the day that the hit from the parking lot long range. That was my game. Pick him up across half court because he pulling up. Uh,
I wonder who is he gonna compare Sharp to? I
yeah,
say Nick Young, Kelly Oubre, and then at the top end of course you got like Vince Carter, that kind of type of high end athlete there as well. Like I don't necessarily see a Kobe in him because that's
mm,
a different type of a different type of motor. I don't necessarily know if I see that with him. I know people
yeah,
been bringing that up. But, Kobe wouldn't have sat out a season. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
He would have found his way on the court.
yeah, yeah. That competitive juice. You know. There you go. Okay, they got the combinations. Oh, Canada.
The world is catching up. No,
Woo. This is gonna be interesting.
yeah,
Oh
it's
yes,
interesting.
Lord. Now they playing
But
with a little
then
bit of the house
now,
money.
yeah, the
You know,
Pelicans on the clock.
yeah, they playing with
Johnny
house money
Davis,
right now
maybe.
because
Shoot.
you basically get your lottery back next year, hopefully
Mm-hmm.
healthy and in shape, and then you add a piece, and you already and you got McCollum, and I mean they got somebody who could. maybe you get that cat in the middle who can protect
Who do
a
you,
little
who
bit
you
more.
like? Okay, who you like here?
Oh, they also got some, didn't they want young big get in trouble? The cat from Texas.
Oh, yeah, you talking about
Yeah.
not Hayes. Yeah, Hayes. What's
Hayes.
his first? Not
Yeah, they
what's
might
his
mess
first
around
name?
and get your boy from Duke, but I get Johnny Davis maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Johnny Davis.
Yeah,
Johnny
I
Davis
get
with this
Johnny
team
Davis. I think this
would
might
be
be a Johnny
nice.
Davis because you get somebody, especially when you don't know what's happening with Zion. You got a young cat who's serious about making things happen. Want to want to
No,
win.
did you see Zion in that new Jordan ad for the shoes?
Hmm.
No,
I,
he's ready. Zion is ready. you
all right.
you see pictures of him. He been out here going to random parks hooping with just regular people. Like he finding that love for the game again.
Yeah.
The fire is coming back.
Yeah, and it's not even about that for me. Just make sure you got the right chef, man. You got to learn. Go spend some time with Barker. Get that chef. Get that chef. You know, like Chris Paul said, he always tell young the most important investment they can get is to hire their chef. That's what you need to do. Find a way to make that Big Mac with less of the other stuff. Be creative with my stuff. Come up with something. He get that right, but this right here is a pick that protects you against that. You have an opportunity. I think Johnny Davis he wants to be a star. I told you about you like this. What's this kid? When you had a chance to see, we had a chance to see him up close and personal. Out there getting some junkyard dogs from Houston. He did not back down. He barked. He barked with them.
Yeah,
And that right there told me a lot.
take it in.
He'll go into that alley.
Let's see.
You know. Here we go.
Dyson Daniels. Oh man.
Ooh. G League.
Yep.
But I had a chance to watch him. He's a good looking player now.
Yeah, he's another one of those do it all kind of Josh Giddey type dudes.
Yeah. He had a chance to
Okay.
learn like a pro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they got Herb
Had
Jones in there, so that's interesting.
Australian. Them Australians ball now. Long as he got to show you got that dog. You want to be closer to the Patty Mills side of dogness and not by the Ben Simmons side. Now we want to figure out which part of the continuum you own. Like
Yeah.
Ben is an all time player. We just trying to see what his dog meter is. I don't know what your dog meter is about. 6'7", I like that. Yeah, he giving you something. You get down there, let him eat that gumbo, put a little meat on them bones.
No,
He don't play. Yeah, he don't got that grown man stuff. He stole
he already
Stauskas
got a grown
cookies.
man.
Huh?
He already got a grown man body.
Yeah.
He kind of reminds you a little bit of like remember Evan Turner.
Yeah. You got Stauskas down there playing. Where have you gone? Like he came out of Michigan. Sorry about that, man. I keep getting these references. You in a highlight with this cat. You down here in the G League before you went back up there to the Celtics. He going the other direction. Yeah, he's 6'7". He got the wing. Yeah, that's a nice pick, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice pick. I'm not gonna, they got a good GM down there, so they did their homework. Griff, you know, he's gonna bring his lunch pail. So
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. Now this is what we got: San Antonio.
I don't know about this one. Jalen Duran, maybe.
Yeah, now, I would be surprised if Johnny go here because he's a Spurs type of
Yeah,
player. But they may not.
he would be. I just have so many guards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got to. Yeah,
So
they loaded over there. They got a lot of guys over there. Yeah, they
Jalen Green, Kuminga, Dyson Daniels. But it seems like the guys that go to the G League, their draft stocks usually drop. Well, Jackson Daniels his draft stock rose, but
Yeah,
remember Jaden Hardy. Sorry,
yeah,
before the season started, he was a consensus top five guy, and
yep,
he's gonna go bottom of the first round. So
yeah. And that's
it's
because
not
people.
over.
That's the part we were talking about before, the sight unseen, right? There's something about it. The people aren't seeing you in that space. You know, but I think it's still a positive option. But yeah, I'm. There's nothing like getting out here playing a year and letting the Kansas fans yell and being in that March Madness and being in those moments. You know, when people are, traveling to Ames, Iowa on a Thursday night. You know, crowd yelling at you, calling you all kind of stuff, and you still responding. There's something to that. I think they get great training in the G League, and they're with some great coaches, great teachers. Um, yeah, that's yeah. So, any surprises for you so far?
Well, no, not really. I guess the biggest would be Sharp. Well, it's not. Well, no, because I guess you could say Sharp would be the best player available
Yeah,
theoretically. But yeah, out of the top three, you could say Paolo going one, but that's not really a shock. But because you everybody knows like they're the top tier, right, of the top three guys. So being that
I
it was
think
one of the
Benedict
top
going
three,
six because a lot of people had him going lower than that. I thought he was that type of player. Um, Matherin.
yeah, that doesn't surprise me because I think
I think
if
he's that kind of player, but I think people had him
yeah.
going probably a little bit lower than that, maybe a 2 or
But I
3
think if
more picks lower.
Ivy would have went if Ivy would have went at four, I think the Pistons might have got Matherin at five.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
And then Oklahoma City is that's the Knicks. Yeah, Oklahoma City got another pick at 12. So I mean
yeah.
they're in good shape.
But
Think
look
about
at
where they're at.
yeah, look at Charlotte. Look at Charlotte got a couple picks too,
Yep.
and then Cleveland. Like I think is Cleveland. I thought Cleveland had more picks than that.
Yeah, it's coming here the
Yeah,
latter part of this round. Yeah, Charlotte's going to be cooking.
yeah. Charlotte. Charlotte has two.
Let's see what MJ does with that.
Right. They need a big. They need a big man somehow. But you have Duran and you have Mark Williams on the board, so you might not have to go with the center right
Yeah,
away because
yeah.
what are the odds? Well, if assuming that San Antonio doesn't take the big,
Yeah, I think San Antonio might take a big. Let somebody control the middle.
right?
You know, you might see Mark go there. He's not their Tim Duncan, but
Mm,
he's with everything else they got. They have somebody who got lob threat, protect the rim, and they got another one at 20 and then 25.
right. But knowing them, they might pick another wing. They have a whole bunch of them, but
Yeah, see, this is the first time I asked in San Antonio what's their identity, right? Like
yeah,
they've had identity for so long, but I've been questioning what they're trying to do. They've been shuffling the deck a little bit.
I heard Dejounte Murray might be on the move.
Might be on the what trade block.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah, he might be on the
Hmm.
trading block.
Hmm.
So you never know.
Well,
They might
so
be
you
trying to
probably see
pivot there.
them. They're talking about Malachi is another one. Sneak in there.
I don't know about him to the for the
Well,
Spurs.
they're hollering about him. I don't know.
Well, the pick is in.
He had a good run towards the end of the season.
Yeah, but I still think EJ Liddell is the best player on their team, and he could play like a PJ Tucker role in the NBA. Jeremy Sohan from Baylor.
Mm.
Yeah, big wing, good defender. Out of that Baylor, defensive culture. An interesting player. But yeah, he
Uh,
can really defend it. He can shoot a little bit.
yeah, we should have known that. He got some international stuff to him. Polish national team. That's some Spurs right there, boy.
Yeah.
He went with he went with the hair and the purple. But
Well, his
it
hair
seemed
always been like that. His hair was like that
I
when he
didn't
was
watch him very
playing for
much.
Baylor.
Yeah, but he got the drip coordinated.
Yeah, I
You know,
watched. I watched a lot of Baylor because that's my style of basketball right there.
mhm.
That's interesting. They got
They got
they
some junkyard
they're building
dogs. You
on
know
that,
they're gonna play defense. We playing at Baylor,
yeah they're building that defensive identity. They still have Murray
and
and
they were able to see him too, being in Texas.
hmm
You know,
they still have Murray, um, Keldon Johnson in there. You know, Lonnie Walker. So
yeah,
they're gonna defend.
yeah,
And him, I think he's around 6'9". He's a big
yeah,
wing, so he could play forward because they
yeah,
play a lot of small ball. So he could be a forward, especially in today's NBA.
yeah, yeah. And I'm not saying he's gonna be this, but I almost feel like kind of they looked at him kind of like Kawhi coming out. We're gonna build his game, his shot. He defends. He got some of these things that they like, that they know they can build on. They can coach and expand. Look at Spike.
Like,
Spike up there talking. Hey, Spike, get away from my piston. Don't come on, man.
and
Don't
they
don't
said
don't
the
don't.
Knicks said they were trying to trade for Jaden Ivey. He's not going nowhere.
Yeah, don't try to contaminate us with that Nick stuff. We don't want none of that.
he ain't,
We don't want
he
none
ain't
of that.
going nowhere.
We gotta make sure we got everything locked in and locked out.
And what is Washington going to do?
Again, who are you, man? I mean, you got a superstar who don't know if he want to come, go. Like, you know, this pick will tell you about where they think they're gonna go and whether or not they're gonna, you know, there's some
Is
trades
Bradley
coming.
Bill?
Bradley
Is
Bill need to
Bradley
get
Bill going to
signed.
stay?
I don't know. They got maybe do something to get him out of there, trade, you know,
Yeah.
and then try and do something here. They got some young pieces over there, you know, but it's gonna be, you know, they got to figure out,
Maybe.
you know,
Yeah, there's a team. There's another team that you don't know exactly what direction they're going in.
yeah, I just don't
But
know what they're trying to do, you know.
if Bradley Bill does decide to go somewhere else, you could be looking at a Bradley Bill replacement, like a possibly a Johnny Davis. But throw an AJ Griffin in there. But I like Johnny Davis here if
Yeah, I
Bill is
think he's gonna go
gone.
here. I think he's gonna go here. He's gonna go to New York. He's gonna go
Yeah,
on one of these next two picks. You know, he give Knicks the scoring they need on the wing, go along with what they have. You know, but yeah, here this might be a good place for him as well. Come to DC. It's he's ready to go.
I think so.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think a good a landing spot for Bill if he decides to leave?
Mm. That's a tough one. Man, I'm trying to think. Because Washington's not really worried about trading it within the conference or whatever, where they are in their development. Um, I mean, where he's needed is probably L.A., but I don't know if they could do anything with him. That's where he's needed.
And what about like a Miami?
Miami would be good. Now, Miami, they probably could do something with Miami. Miami's got some pieces. Maybe you get a hero or something, and somebody in that trade coming back, a young piece, um, something. Yeah, I mean, Miami would work because that would give them the veteran they need, um, and they need somebody who can, help Jimmy because they Jimmy had to work too hard. They couldn't trust cats being available. You know, Bill would be great. I think he fit the culture. I think that'd be a good one. And I think Washington could probably get something back that would be worthwhile. You get like Tyler or some other pieces back for Bill. Maybe draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I would.
You might see him. You might see him in Boston with Jason Tatum. They grew up together. Went to the same high school. Bradley
Yeah,
Beal used taking the workouts and stuff when he was in high school, and Jason
yeah.
Tatum was in middle school. But the pick is in, and it's Johnny
There it is,
Davis.
Johnny Davis.
Yeah, from lacrosse. Yeah.
Yeah. 3-star recruit.
Wow, you made it. I think it's a good pick.
What?
So I think it's a good pick, but like I said, it depends on the direction. Because what does it look like if Bradley Bill is still there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do they play together?
See, that's clean. That's clean. You got the lapel pin. You know, old to the Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That's clean. He clean, clean. But still young looking. You know, still
Because
cutting edge.
neither,
Look, he like somebody who got a Taco Bell commercial. That's what he
right.
like somebody who got a Taco Bell commercial. Like somebody with a good national, you know, commercial deal already. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what he
neither
looking
one
for.
of them is a pure point guard,
Yeah,
but I think they still would need one
yeah,
if they're playing together. But who knows?
yeah. That's a solid pick.
Yeah, we got to see him at the Maui Invitational.
Yep, it is.
Good two-way player.
The Knicks are on the clock. What do you do? What do you do? New York's nervous. What's Worldwide West in the group gonna do?
AJ Griffin, maybe. Usman Jane.
Mm, they got a big, yeah.
Yeah,
AJ
they
Griffin
have
is a wing. I mean Malachi.
I think AJ Griffin.
The boy from Kansas would be smooth over there too,
Early,
but I don't think they'll go get him.
Ote Abaji. No, I don't think they'll get him this early.
Yeah, yeah,
Get him this early. But he'll be good. He'll give them some shooting that they need for sure.
yeah,
That's for sure.
yeah. We don't know what's gonna happen. Well, we're gonna be on here for maybe a couple more picks, and then we're gonna put it to bed, and then we'll get back to everybody on social media.
Yeah.
Y'all know y'all gotta, come see us. Check us out. Boom, at Real Sports Guys. You know, you can see us on it. This the block is in the building. It's official. Boom, we hit you with that. And we want to let you know, yep, this is a 2022 NBA draft show. There's a lot of stuff going here. We got they got a lot of pieces in here. This is where Stephen A is either going to applaud or cry. We will find out.
Man, I feel like regardless of what happens, Stephen A is gonna lose his mind.
He probably is. He probably is.
He's like, I mean, he's okay. He's no scrub, but
Ah, you right,
um,
man.
Tari Eason is a name we haven't brought up yet, but
Yeah,
that's another interesting guy. I mean, a real long, athletic
yeah.
wing. He can rebound. He can score. You know, he can add a little balance there. I don't know if they'll pick him here, but that's a name that seems
Yeah.
interesting. But pick is in.
Yep, he can score.
The pick is in. Let's see.
The Knicks, boy, either gonna be booing or they gonna have to say them jeers are gonna turn to cheers, as they said when they took Penny Hard away. The pick is in. Uh-oh. The New York Knicks pick Fat Lever.
They don't know nothing about no Lafayette.
Uh-oh.
uh,
They went
At
to
least
France. They said, we.
Usman Jang. Oh yeah, you know Stephen A. gonna lose his mind.
I know, because last time they did
Stephen
it,
A.
they did that, and they didn't pick. They went and picked somebody and missed out on. Forget it was one of the Phil Jackson picks. Went
Frank
abroad.
Ntilikina.
Yep, he's still talking about that. But I heard this kid. I thought I saw some highlights on this kid.
Yeah, he's been rising. He's been
Yeah,
rising as of late. He worked with Paul George.
he trained with Paul PG Clapping. They might. I think they might feel like they got one. He tall. He got some. Woo,
Now he's 6'9".
yeah, he
He
got
said.
something.
So how tall is Adam Silver?
Yeah, I've got a little height on him. I've got a little height on him.
Nah. The Knicks are trading Usman Jang to OKC. That makes so much sense.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness!
the Knicks, the Thunder will send multiple first round picks to New York. Okay,
Wow.
okay. Now, now we might see, New York make some moves.
Oklahoma City gonna be good. He put this kid in with what they got with Chat.
With
They
Chet,
see something.
no, this is an OKC pick for sure.
Yeah,
Foreign guy, long,
a
a
guy that
little
they know
quirky,
might
got some
stay in
skills.
Oklahoma City as well. Again, might not be lure. Might feel like he got a little Giannis in him. You don't have to leave Milwaukee. He'd be like, wee. Okay. Wow.
So does that mean the Thunder? Oh, does that mean the Knicks are picking next game?
Yeah, Chat in the building. Chet kept it simple. Get the black on black.
Mhm.
Look like he about to take a picture with Death Row Records. That's okay. I love the black on black. Like he left me on a. Oh yeah, and Big Perk was in Oklahoma City, so he gonna give him places where to eat. You got to gain his weight. I'm gonna send you to my guy named Jim, who's gonna cook that good meal for you. We need to put some meat on the bone. And Chet listening too, boy. Big Perk giving that game right now. Big Perk giving him that game. He up there with Big Perk. Big Perk giving him that game. Okay, I love it. I love it. And you can see he's soaking it in. That's gonna be big brother for him now. Perk got him in the family.
Man. Yeah, OKC is gonna be interesting. A lot of length. A
Yeah,
whole lot of length.
they got a lot of length.
That's a
They're gonna be able
long
to
arm.
switch. Yeah, this is. Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, that was dad. We filming all his games in that old camcorder. Oh man, this is gonna take his
Okay,
in.
so OKC still has the 12th pick. I'm hearing. So they got 11 and 12. Oh, I see.
Yes.
You never know who they're gonna get. OKC's a wild card. They
Yeah.
might pull something out the hat.
But they got something going on. This is the opportunity to rebuild and rebuild the way they
Yep.
want to rebuild it. They learned a lot from the previous run and the kind of personnel they put together, how they gonna do it.
You still have both Jalen Williams,
Yep.
Jalen Duran, and um, Mark Williams on the board. If they want to go real big, they can go Mark Williams, Chet Holmgren. Yeah,
They're gonna
that'd be
switch
so dope.
everything. Plus, Check can step out, so you give
Yeah,
him a bodyguard every once in a while. Chet working them handles, boy. That'd be some type of pick and roll game between them two.
and then you still have Usman John. So defensively, you got 6'9", 7'1", 7'2",
Yeah.
6'5", and
Yep.
who's how tall is Dort? Maybe 6'4", 6'5". Oh, I forgot about Josh Giddey. Jalen Williams out of Santa Clara.
Yeah. Yep. They say he got like great basketball IQ,
Yeah,
great savvy for the game.
he knows how to play.
So we're hitting there with we're near the end of our the lottery space here. You hear with
Yeah.
the uh, the block here with my man Darnell and D Wilson. This is our 2020 NBA draft show. Um, and so we'll watch these next couple picks, and then obviously in our next show we'll do some debriefing on what we see in the rest of it, the pick. I think the highlight for both of us of this show was watching the Pistons get Jay Nye. We feel like we're back on the map. So, we're about to get our credentials right, get down there to Detroit sometime there early in the season to watch those Cats play. I'm definitely going to catch them when they come over to Milwaukee and Chicago. I got to get my head right on that. This is a personal highlight, but there's been some interesting developments in terms of how this looks. I think the pick of Keegan Murray to Sacramento signals Sacramento's direction in terms of developing an identity. I just think this is an identity pick. Guy who's going to bring his lunch pail. I think that fits what Mike Brown is trying to establish there and get that young core. You already got, Mitchell there, who's already that dog and defensive guy. Like there's some attitude in the building already, and I think he's gonna keep trying to kick it in that direction. So we got some interesting stuff happening here. We got Charlotte, who has multiple picks here coming up here. You see what MJ and the crew gonna do. They went for their coach, and the coach turned around and came back to Golden State. They had an offer, looked like they were trying to get something done. So I know they're trying to get the leadership, everything set up over there. So this pick is going to be important. The Hornets were battling. They got young talent over there already. It's a matter of, this pick, these next couple of picks going to make a lot in terms of where that's going to go. Especially when we got young Ball over there, is he going to re-up and come back? When his deal gets done, but a lot of that might be picky about who's around him. Do you get a Mark Williams again? Somebody in there from the area, college-wide, people know you're going to, again, establish your anchor, in the middle, or what you said, Jalen Durham, somebody who's a junkyard dog. Got that dog in him, as you put it.
No, for Charlotte, I picked Mark Williams because they already have that 6'8", 6'9" athletic guy that can play five. But they need a change of pace. They need somebody with length, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That could be the backline of their defense.
So Kenny Atkins backed out. So are they still looking for their coach?
Yeah, they're still looking.
So that right there is, maybe that might help. And Bridges had his breakout year. So, they're going to need to do something right here.
I'll go AJ Griffin and then go Mark Williams.
So you're keeping it with the teammates, huh?
Yep. I'll go with the wing first, the masonry there, and then I'm picking my center next. Because I know Cleveland doesn't need they don't need a center.
It feels like a Ty Washington pick. That's some stuff that I'm not gonna say it like
Ty Washington.
It feels like a Charlotte pick right now. Coach done backed out. I feel it might be some irrational behavior coming up. I don't know. You're right. Your pick, all this stuff makes sense. If they make that pick, that means they are really stabilizing things there. Maybe they got that Memphis feel in their game over the next couple of years. The pick is in. Man, I like that. Rozier, I like Ball, Hayward, Bridges, IPJ Washington. Yeah, I think you'll get the center, man. And fill that thing out. But you're right, with Bridges possibly going, getting that wing and then come back at that center, you got the double whammy. Here we go.
Taking in Jalen Durham. They got the center.
Yeah. They wanted some attitude.
Yep. Oh, he looked like one of the Charlo brothers.
Yeah. he wanted him a Ben Wallace.
Yep.
He wanted a Ben Wallace. Yeah.
and bring the attitude.
Yeah. Yeah. He.
6'10", 250.
Yeah. He want that Ben Wallace. Yeah. Yeah.
He
He
kind
want
of
that.
reminds me a little bit of Robert Williams
Yeah.
from the Celtics and what he was able to do. Hmm. I think they got it right. Let's see
Yeah.
what they do with their 15th pick.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Well, now with Cleveland on the clock, I think they're going with a wing.
Yeah. They're gonna pull it together. We'll see.
Tari Eason, AJ Griffin. Well, I feel like we keep saying AJ Griffin after every pick, so it's like the NFL draft when it was like N'Kobe Dean, N'Kobe
Yeah.
Dean, N'Kobe
Yep.
Dean.
They just keep dropping. Yeah.
But Tari Eason would be interesting here.
Yeah. Wow. This is.
Mobley, Jared Allen, and Darius Brown. They got a nice core.
Yeah. They got a core. 3 and D. Veteran backup point guard. Yeah. This. Yeah. They. Yeah. This is.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The Pistons are acquiring Jalen Duren at number 13 in the trade. Oh, shoot.
Well, I
Oh,
told you,
shoot.
Ben Wallace, dog. I told you, Ben
Oh,
Wallace.
as long as we ain't getting rid of Ivy. If we
No,
get
they ain't
rid
doing
of
that.
Ivy, I'm going to be
They
upset.
probably get.
We might. Shoot, I'm going to be upset. Let me find out.
They ain't getting up Ivy.
So you better not give up Ivy. Oh, my goodness. Get your popcorn ready. It is going down. It is going down. Oh shoot! I'm just searching to find what's going on. What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, they got Evan Mobley, man. I mean, Cleveland's in really good shape. Like this could be a really this gonna be a very important pick. They got some really good stuff going on right now. And, they'll have a healthy Karis LeVert. Hopefully with off season to really fully get ready. Yeah, yeah. Cleveland could be something else, man. This gonna be some battling happening over here in this Central.
Oh, what the heck? So I'm confused. So Woj is saying that the Pistons are acquiring Jalen Duren at 13, and Sean just saying the Hornets traded Duren to the Knicks. So I don't know where he's going.
Mm.
Jake Fisher says he's going to Detroit. And Cade Cunningham's trainer said Duren to Detroit. So, oh man, I don't know what's going
They
on.
trying to get if you going to Detroit, they're looking for their Ben Wallace. I'm telling you.
Man, we got Stewart.
I know, but they want to double up. You know,
Man,
maybe they want to double up. You don't know. They got. They
the
said this
Knicks
is
are
this
trading Kemba Walker to Detroit. What the heck is going on? Kemba Walker?
Kemba Walker.
What the heck?
Oh,
What is going
what
on?
we doing?
Oh my god! I gotta end this live. I'm a Ochai Abaji to the
Yeah, that's a
Cavs.
great pick. Solid.
Yeah,
He can go both ways. He gonna be a great. He gonna
shooter,
be. He gonna be number of buckets.
the best shooter in the draft.
Yeah. He happy.
What does this mean for Karis LeVert?
Look. He look like he ready for the Hollywood Bowl. I'm like, look at it. I'm talking about it. Let's
Okay,
get it.
so Woj is saying the Pistons are sending the Hornets the 2025 first round pick via Milwaukee in the Duran trade. Sources tell ESPN. Detroit got that pick from Portland in the Jeremy Grant deal yesterday. Okay, so essentially, before the Jeremy Grant trade, I wanted, I wanted to get Ivy and Mark Williams. But at the end of the day, we got Ivy and we got Jalen Duran, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
It's a good day.
Yep,
But
as long as we
about to
still
go
got
get our
Ivy.
merchandising up. We gotta get our merchandising up, young man. I know we're supposed to look at the whole picture, but we gotta take time to appreciate what's happening with our favorite squad. But we're gonna look at one more pick here on the Charlotte pick, see what Charlotte does here, and then we'll cover the rest of this draft. And next time we get together, we'll reflect on it. And this has been good, man. It's been fun just be out here just hanging, having this conversation. We cut in and out a couple times, but that's okay. That's how we doing it. We the underground, you know. We don't have a big production. We just try to get out here and just share with you. We just turn the camera on and just go. It's kind of like we sitting in our living room. I try to hang out. I try to keep up with the youngin. He's like an encyclopedia, so we just keep it rolling. This is good stuff. But we had our highlights, with our Pistons, but it's been some good stuff, some interesting moves. If I'm a Charlotte fan, I'm trying to figure out what's going on in Charlotte, but you know, Mike might have a plan. Somebody got a plan. They don't have a coach.
So what we gonna do? So what we gonna do with Kimber Walker?
I don't
Is
know
he
what
getting
we're doing, Kemba
released?
Walker.
I know he's
It's
not
hard.
starting.
It's hard because he got to be six man. He got to be okay coming off the bench. I mean, he gonna give you some firepower, but you know, I don't know if he gonna be okay coming off the bench, six man.
We definitely making the play in this year.
Yeah, Kemba gonna give you buckets, but you got to monitor his minutes. If he okay.
Well, he's not starting, so
Yeah,
he's gonna come off the bench and give you some buckets.
give us that instant offense. Vinny Johnson, I'm telling you, we turn it back to clock. He gonna be our Vinny. He gonna be our Vinny over there. He gonna come in and give an instant offense, do his thing, and go right back to the bench. But he gonna give you them buckets. But if they'd have done that, they should have just brought Jamal Crawford out of retirement. you know, shoot, we gonna do that. Call Jamal. Shoot, but I know for him that was hard going home. He was looking forward to playing in New York. I don't know what happened with him in Thibodeau, but
Yeah.
man, he was there for a minute. Now he in Detroit. Come on out, man. We'll take it. Also, the other thing is he's a good veteran in the locker room. And you need that. That's the other piece. You need some veterans in the locker room to work with folks on being pros. That's another thing he brings to the table with Kimber. So I like it from that standpoint. He is a good veteran.
So what does Kimber Walker do to the cap space when we trying to get Aiton?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe that's part of the deal. I don't know. Maybe that's something they know. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's
What
something.
him going to Phoenix?
I don't know if there's a sign and trade gonna happen or something. Maybe it's part of a sign and trade. I don't know. I don't know
So,
what Phoenix is doing. They better pay that boy. They better pay that young man. That's what Phoenix better do. But I'm trying to understand what they're doing with the Kemba. I don't know how Kemba adds to this other than one thing when you build a team, you need the right veterans in the locker room who can also contribute. So I don't. That one, we have to look at that one and let it marinate for a while. But we'll get our final pick while we're here on the air that we reflect on. Some of the people who came a little later in the draft. Jordan Poole was 28. Tyrese Maxey was 21st. Yeah, we'll see. So what are the Hornets going to do?
they gotta get a big. So
Yeah,
the only logical pick, in my opinion, is Mark
Williams.
Williams, because Duran is on the Pistons now.
Yeah,
So
exactly what it said. So that might be a nice move. They always wanted Williams. Out of that, they got it. So from their side, they got the guy maybe they always wanted, but plus they got an additional first round pick and still got it.
yeah,
That's the way they see it.
but the only thing is Milwaukee's first round pick in 2025 will be a late first rounder.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they just didn't like the pool from this. I don't know.
All right. Well, it's been good. We're wrapping here on the East Coast. It's been good, man. We'll come back to get us a total review after it's all said and done, man. It's good to sit here and enjoy this stuff. Some of these players are gonna be cooking right this time next year. They already gonna be cooking. We're gonna know something about some of them. Other ones gonna simmer and go slow. But you know, the new season's off. We'll soon be seeing them in summer league. So we'll get some early indications of what some of these guys are gonna do. But it's good to be on here with you. This is the block with my man Darnell, DeVon, our NBA draft preview or review show. Um, and we are having a good time. So we'll see y'all on the other side of this.